we are going to be talking about Nami standing up with Ulti and Napoleon, Prometheus, and Hera's fuse attack, Zeus being replaced, the death of Zeus, Kid's true strength, and Luffy's defeat. And stay until the end because later we're going to talk about what's going to happen to the next chapter. Welcome to Otaku International Podcast. I'm Kiwi-cha, and this week we'll be talking about One Piece chapter 1013. And here with the host today, we have Muninn,
Hi.
Pizza-kun,
Hello.
and Ike.
Hello.
And we're going to rate this chapter 1 out of 10 and have a live Q&A about the chapter. We're going to open the questions, so keep them please keep your questions until we tell you to post them. And before we start it, join our Discord and be part of our Otaku family. We'll talk about types of anime, manga, and manhwas you can think of. And it's also a toxic-free, great people for around the world. And come join us to talk to other people just like you. Now let's get started. Nami standing up against Ulti. Muninn, what do you think about that in page 1 and 2?
I was kind of sad about this chapter, especially with Nami, because I really wished she would have a proper fight.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, in the last chapter, I was so happy. Yes, Nami is getting a proper fight again, and I was like, in this chapter, it was all destroyed again.
Yeah. What do you think, Pizza?
I mean, I have the same thought. They like hype it up and then just let it go without any a good climax. You know, it's just disappointing at this point.
Mm-hmm. And what about you, Ike? What do you think?
Starting from this first 2 pages and stuff like that, just one thing, Nami throwing that attack out, like, hey, here we go. We have that chance to see Nami fight, which is what a lot of people wanted to finally see. And then she goes, does her attack, and honestly, it doesn't seem like it phased Ulti. It doesn't look like it phased her at all. Like, it kind of just shook her, and she's like, huh, all right, time to get back up. Which she ends up just getting back up like it was nothing. And I was kind of like, okay, maybe Nami's not, strong enough to beat this chick. And then I actually like the way she's acting, like 100% the way she's acting, because this is usually she's extremely selfish, and she just like she's all about money. She kind of wants to get away and stuff like that. Oh, I don't want to fight this person. This person's too strong, type stuff. But she's actually standing her ground and actually utilizing her morals. And like she's just sitting here and bringing up like, we literally got to like do something about this, because there's no way I'm just going to let her attack a child like that. And showing her like her true colors and stuff. Well, not true colors, but showing this type of personality, I think is great to see in Nami. It's absolutely great to see, because it kind of, reflects the whole Straw Hat thing. Like anyone in the Straw Hats would do that. And now it's kind of looking like that they're all obtaining the same personality. And I think that's pretty cool.
Okay. And let's go to this next question topic, and it will be Napoleon and Prometheus and Hera's fuse attack in page 3 and 4. What do you think about that, Pizza?
Question.
I mean, I was actually like really surprised that Zeus was excluded. That it was that Hera came in when I first saw it. It's like kind of sad for him, But the attack was like really surprisingly awesome. Like the way it's drawn, it's insane. And then it like penetrates her. Like Nami's attack didn't phase her, and then all of a sudden Big Mom comes in and then just like technically seals her show. but you see how powerful
Yeah.
Big Mom is.
And what about you, Ike?
Yeah, exactly. Freaking the fact that we actually get to see. Actually, we don't really show Hera in the beginning. We don't even know.
Yeah.
Like we haven't really seen the face. And so when this next page comes up and it's Napoleon, it's Prometheus, and it's freaking Hera just doing this crazy looking fusion attack. Like man, she had no chance, man. She got wrecked. She got absolutely wrecked. And this is not just like a surface, like kind of like, oh, you scratched my arm or you hurt me. They shot right through her. I was like, ooh.
Oof.
that was some damage. You know what? If she didn't do that, man, Ulti was gonna mess up Nami. She was gonna mess her up because she did not look like she did not look like that attack that she did affected her whatsoever. Which is also something that I think before we kind of asked about Nami's power scaling, and we kind of see that she's still not to par. Even though she has those powers, she's still not to par when it comes to strength, especially against someone like this. But that combination attack was absolutely crazy. Like this girl, Ulti is down for the count, man. There's no way she's gonna get up after this. Like it doesn't even make sense for her to get up after this, man.
Okay. All right. Well, people said that she's still coming back, but
Yeah, with a hole through her stomach.
True.
Yeah. What about you, Muninn? What do you think about this?
As I said, I was a little bit sad that Nami didn't get a proper fight, but as Ike said, Nami is not strong enough to fight Ulti, and we see it in those panels. And Big Mom one-shotting Ulti in this chapter, it was, I don't know, this whole, for me, well, we get to it in the ratings. I can say like the overall thing, and but the new Cloud, Hera, I mean, and I feel so bad for Zeus.
Okay, I got a question. Do you think Zeus is coming back?
Yes, of course.
Okay. All right.
We're not even there yet.
I know. I'm just saying. I just wanted to, because I love Zeus. I just wanted to. Okay, so the death of Zeus. That one. What do you think about that, Ike?
Oh man, this part right here, kind of like the introduction. Like for one, Zeus just kind of like hiding behind the cage, like what's going on? Look at this, and like he sees Hera, and you can tell he's absolutely jealous, and he's sad and stuff like that. And he's like, man, mama's gonna replace me with this new Cloud and stuff. And I literally thought when he looked at Nami, he was like, oh, Nami. She turned her face away. It's like, what you think was gonna happen? You trying to kill her.
Yeah.
And then he confronts Big Mom, and he's like, look, I'm here. We can all join in. We can help. And she is not having it. Not having it one little bit. And like her just staring down at him like that. And I didn't see this part coming, okay? It just didn't make sense to me, but Hera starts to eat him, and I was just like, huh? I was like, what? Wait a minute. What's going on? And Hera actually starts to eat him, and I was just like, okay, this is kind of happening, huh?
But, it is.
Yeah, I thought it was interesting. I thought it was really interesting.
All right. And I feel bad for Zeus, honestly. Like Zeus, I wish Brooke was there to help Zeus. I feel sad about that. What do you think about that, Pizza, with Zeus dying?
I mean, I didn't expect anything else because like Zeus has betrayed Big Mom a lot of times, like only because Nami gave her or him or it a nice snack, and like he betrayed Big Mom multiple times.
Yeah.
So killing him off, I mean, it's a bit sad that he didn't. I mean that he didn't survive, but it's like
Mhm.
you see Big Mom saying, "You expect me to let you run off with a portion of my soul."
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, that yeah, he's done for.
Yeah. And what about you, Muninn? The death of Zeus.
I mean, Pizza is right. Zeus betrayed Big Mom, and I mean he kind of deserved to be replaced. But when Hera said like, yeah, I want to eat him, I want his part of the soul, it was
Mm-hmm.
like, oh no, poor Zeus. And at one point I was like, on the other side, it was like, okay, makes sense with her powers because she's parting her soul, and so it makes perfect sense that like the more like soul power the object has, the stronger it is. So it made, from the power standpoint, it made perfect sense that
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Zeus will be eaten by
Harris.
Hera to get his portion of the soul out.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe that's the only, we don't know how Big Mom is able to extract the souls from the, like, her soul from the objects she injected her soul into. So
Hmm.
we don't know if that's the only way to extract the soul again.
That's
Which
true.
would be kind of like, it would be the perfect like buff for Big Mom's powers.
Yeah. All right. So let's go to another topic about kids' true strength, and it's page 11 and 12. What do you think about that, Ike?
So going into this chapter, you know, Big Mom's upset. She kind of just smashed Zeus. He's out of the game. And she's mad because they're trying to take Ultima away. Uh, and she's like, no, no, no. Where do you think you're going? And she even, like, we thought she was, she had that type of empathy earlier. We thought she was actually a little kind. But then she's like, where are you going? Do I have to kill you? I was like, whoa, lady, calm down. And she's actually threatening her now. She's literally threatening the little girl that she was sitting here being nice to. So I feel like that whole mama bearness just went right out the window. And then right when she's about to attack him, man, freaking just a palm to the face, stiff arm right to the ground by freaking Kid, and just coming out of nowhere, just doing damage. Well, we necessarily don't know if it's damage or not. He just kind of slammed her against the ground, but this is, I don't know. This is kind of like going towards a kind of like the type of thing that where you're thinking to yourself, is he actually going to be able to fight her on his own? Is he going to have his own hockey moment where he's going to unlock the Conqueror's hockey or anything like that? Because I don't think he can
already
beat her
has.
without that.
He
There's
already
no way.
has.
He already has it.
He
But
has
he doesn't
Conqueror's
have it
Hockey.
unlocked like Luffy. That is what I'm saying. That whole armament conquers hockey type thing, I don't think he has it unleashed like that. I have not seen that from him. And able for him to even fight Big Mom and Par like that, he's going to need that because she can. She definitely can. So I think this part's going to be very interesting. Now we actually have a one-on-one moment. And honestly, we also have Law that's going towards them. So that's another thing that's going to take part. Whether Killer finishes his fight and comes over, and whether Law is going to help Kid fight this fight. But him coming in and fighting her, I think that's crazy. Him showing his powers and just showing up, I like it. I actually like it. I don't like him that much, but this part right here, I do like.
Okay. What about you, Pizza?
I mean,
About-
I completely agree with Ike. I mean, the sudden smackdown on the back of the head. I mean, it had me like completely shook. I didn't expect that at all. Like all of a sudden, Kid coming and having such a moment. Because the last time he like actually did something was before the 2 year skip with Law and Luffy. that he actually showed something, and then all of a sudden he got smacked down by Shanks because he was after them and he lost his arm, and they got betrayed by Apu and got sent to prison, and then was like working his butt off,
Mhm.
and he's finally, after like years, he has a moment like this, well deserved. And I just hope that um that he has a moment that is like fulfilling, not like what happened to Nami in the chapter that Big Mom stole her show. So
Oh, yeah.
that's my thought about the pages.
What about you, Muninn?
When I saw this scene, I was like, yes! Hell yes! I mean, I'm not like, Kid is not one of my favorite characters. We have not seen a lot of him. We only saw him in, as Pizza said, in Sabaody Archipelago, where he fought with Luffy and Law. And from then there was a lot of off-screening. And in this fight, he even didn't do that much. I mean,
No.
he captured Big Mom to push her off the roof, and he did not a lot, like some attacks on. I think he did 2 attacks on Kaido, but that's
Mhm.
it. So I kind of hope that Killer actually manages to defeat Hawkins, even though I'm not sure if Killer is able to defeat Hawkins on his own. And with Law, I mean, he went into the direction of Big Mom, or where he thinks Big Mom is. I'm not sure.
Mhm.
Okay. And with Kid finally putting strength, I'm being honest with you. I was like, finally, is this a new move? Is this like a transformer? Is it like Frankie, big giant robot, kind of smacked down to Big Mom? Because I was really shocked about it.
Yeah.
Honestly, I want to
Well,
see more.
he did this attack. It was Gibson,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Gibson.
I mean,
Yes.
Yeah,
yeah, it's Scott Gibson.
he did punk Gibson to Kaido already.
Yeah, but I want to see more besides Punk Gibson. So that's what I meant by that.
Right,
But
different
okay,
thing.
yeah. So
Uh,
let's move to. Do you want to add any more,
I
Pizza?
want to add something.
Okay.
I mean, he has a badass drawing of him, like saying "Beat it, Sawheads, she's my prey," and he caught Big Mom also on surprise, and that's how you beat her.
Mhm.
You know, when she's vulnerable and not knowing what happens. Like when
Mhm.
Brooke fought her, like back in the Big Mom arc, his attack seemed promising, but it didn't even penetrate her skin. And now him being able to like hit her face down, even though Queen couldn't do it like from miles away, this is kind of impressive if you think about it. That's it.
And also, okay, let's go to the biggest hype that everybody is talking about. Luffy getting defeated. Let's go with who wants to tackle this first.
I can if you want.
I mean, I can
Okay.
as well.
So
All right, who wants to talk about this? This is really big, and
I'll hit it first. I'll hit it first.
Daddy
Okay.
goes first. Daddy goes first.
Let's see. All right. So the moment, we pan into this last page and it's, we're looking back at a Skull Dome rooftop. We have Kaido literally just monologuing, saying, you talked all that trash and you're wounding up just like this. Like, humans always claim or cling on to these faiths and stuff like that. And like, he's still putting himself up there. He still put him on this pedestal that he's no longer a human. It's kind of interesting because, hopefully this stuff humbles him. And he's like, it's been a while since I've, got this fired up. like what a mistake and stuff like that. So now, even though he says that, he says I should have taken his head as a trophy. But now I'm kind of like thinking to myself with the whole palm to his face thing. Is he feeling this because he's actually like, is he saying this because he's upset that he didn't actually take his head as a trophy, or he's actually feeling for Luffy now? Like that's one of the things that I'm kind of looking at here, because he's actually starting to like Luffy's personality is what I'm starting to see, and he's trying to like starting to feel for his like his inner warrior, I guess. Let's go with, but then leaping over to Luffy falling out of the sky, and I'm pretty sure it's the ocean is under them, right?
The whole island is above the ocean. So if he falls into water.
He's falling straight into the water. So I'm hoping somebody's gonna be there to pick him up.
And I think it might be Marco, because he's the only flying type.
Marco's still fighting though. He doesn't know he's falling. That's one thing that gets. So it might be someone. It might be someone exterior. We don't know yet. Hopefully it's somebody good. But I really hope that something happens here, and I hope someone.
I have an idea on that.
Yeah, good. But on this point, like, you know what, it makes sense. I did, even though he got buffed, and we did say that, like, I feel like he can fight Kaido person on person, but I still thought he needed help, and now we clearly see that he definitely needed help. He most definitely needed more help, because, like, come on, he just unlocked it. He didn't unlock it, and then he was like OP and stuff. Like he just now unlocked it, so it was bound for him not to understand the whole thing. So this part makes sense to me. To me, absolutely makes sense.
Well, let me add it up. What Ike Senpai brought up. I mean, he ended with I should have taken his head, and then he goes on, if they're not shown proof, their faith in you will never die. Isn't that right? So he needs them, or he needs his Saw has to see that Luffy failed. I mean, it's not the first time he failed. I mean, this is the third time Luffy got down by Kaido. First time it was a one shot, which was pretty like disgusting if you think about it. Second time he was close. I mean, like, he got further. This time he got a lot more further. I mean, if you know it, you know it, but Luffy is the definition of a Zenkai boost. He gets beat down close to death, he gets back up and gets stronger. And this is what we are seeing now. So every time Luffy fights someone stronger, his willpower, his haki gets stronger as well. Unfortunately for Kid, he hasn't fought anyone. I mean, he fought someone strong, but not like close level strong for him to surpass his limits, which Luffy had done with Katakuri, Cracker. I mean, with Cracker, he was already like down with like less sleep and no food, and then when Seidan fighting with Katakuri, now again he got beaten up. But I mean, expect him to come back and smack Kaido's little dragon ass, you know.
So for me, this cut to the rooftop, it felt a little bit sudden in the chapter. Honestly, I like the page and I don't like it, because it felt like Oda thought, oh yes, I need a cliffhanger, so everybody like is hyped for the next week. So for me, this jump to the rooftop felt a little bit forced.
Oh yeah, we're not gonna have one for another week, huh?
Yeah, and so the thing with Kaido is, I think the thing that he says in the second panel on this page, like humans always clinging to faith, is not only him saying it to Luffy, but for himself. Because now in this fight with Luffy, he had the faith that somebody could defeat him, that somebody is strong enough to fight equally against him. So I think the third one is his disappointment in himself to hope that Luffy could maybe defeat him or like fight him equally. And for the one saving Luffy, I have to say Momo. Momo can feel how Luffy is, and he is a dragon, he can fly.
Yeah.
So he can save Luffy. I think
Is this the time where Momo's actually gonna fly now?
yes, I think that's the time when Momo gets to unlock his true powers and will be able to control them. And he will, like, he is afraid of heights, right? We saw it in Punk Hazard, where he told Luffy he cannot fly, but he did. But he was also afraid of height. So maybe he also gets over his fears. And I hope so, because for me now that I think about it, Momo saving Luffy in this scenario would make sense. Because he's the only one who knows where Luffy is and what's going on.
I mean that's with the voice of all things with Roger and Odin had while they were like traveling as well with Zoe and in the Fishman arc, you know, like the Fishman talking about their leader coming back. I mean, you've seen it in Zoe as well that Luffy is pushing
Mhm.
Momo to his limits. He wanted Momo to say, "I want an alliance with you. Please help us." And he didn't take an answer from the others, which he was like getting babysat on basically. So
Yeah.
if he saves Luffy, that will be like huge character development for Momo instead of
Mhm.
being stuck between someone's bosom.
Which is not a bad place.
Yeah.
I would
With
love to
Luffy,
be there.
with Luffy getting defeated, I kind of expected it because he's cocky. Like at that time, like when it comes to Katakuri fight between him, he's like, "I will handle this." It's not the same, okay? He needs to learn where there's point that he needs help. Like I know you just unlock it, but it's more of an experience when it comes to thing because Kaido already knows how to use Supreme Conqueror's hockey, this coding hockey, more than Luffy. So it makes sense that Luffy just unlocked this, does not know how to fully control it, like his future sight, you know? So to me, it's very obvious that he's gonna lose. And I know people like, oh, I'm tired of Luffy getting lost. He deserves this because Oda's gonna give us the most beautiful, very win at the top, at the end of
Yeah,
the
that's
chapter.
true.
So,
Honestly, that would also be the perfect moment for Yamato to get into the fight.
all right. So let's.
But
Do you have? Do you
I
have
have something
any?
to add on that. I mean, I don't think Luffy went
Okay.
on Katakuri just because he was a bit too naive. I think he did that because he's the captain, you know? I mean, he
Yeah.
was literally protecting his crewmates and he was literally sleep deprived and hungry. And he still, like, beat him mentally, like
Yeah.
Katakuri, I mean.
He knew clearly that, you know what, if it wasn't for him to fight Katakuri, Katakuri would be fighting the rest of his crew.
And it
So-
will
Yeah.
be over.
All honesty, he had to do it. He really did. It was just
Yeah.
one of those things. Like he had to get in there. He had to do what he had to do. But I see what you mean.
Yeah, I mean, it's the
talking
same
about,
in.
saying that it's
Mhm.
kind of like, you know, he's biting up more than he can chew and stuff like that. He's always
Yeah.
like that. But I really don't think that's really what's in his head. I don't think he naturally thinks he can beat every single person.
I mean, it's not about the beating part. It's more about saving his nakama, you know,
Exactly,
his
yeah.
family, his friends. It's
Mhm.
like in Water 7 when Usopp technically betrayed him. And Zoro said, if you let him in without an apology, I will leave. And it's the same thing, but different, you know?
Yeah. What about okay, so after that, let's rate the chapter. What do you guys think of the chapter so far? Let's go with Muninn. What's your rating for this chapter?
I think I have to rate it a 5 out of 10.
Oh, and
That's
why is that?
because in this chapter, first of all, the situation with Nami, it made sense, yes. that Ulti is too strong for Nami. I don't know. This chapter had also the moment with the moment with Zeus and I mean, okay, the moment with Kid was a strong moment in my opinion, but then the sudden cut to the rooftop, which felt forced to me. I think the chapter was just, it didn't feel right for me.
Yeah.
The whole pacing for me personally, the pacing and how the chapter was written was a little bit off.
I definitely see what you
Okay.
mean about that one. Definitely.
What about you, Pizza?
I mean, I agree with Muninn, but I will still wanted to give it a 6. You know, solely on the Big Mom smack on her head. That was she being the cocky emperor she is, needed a well deserved smack on the back of her head. So for me, it gets a 6. If that wasn't there, I mean, this whole chapter is a bit with disappointment. You know, like hyping up Nami. So like Munin said, and then all of a sudden, an off-screen Luffy getting beat by Kaido. I
Yeah.
mean, it's a bit sad. You know, I mean, at least show how of like the end of it. You know.
Go to Ike. What do you
All
think
right.
about it?
So you know what? I'm kind of on the same boat as everyone. There wasn't for the final chapter for a break is what I'm saying. All right, final chapter before a break. It should have had more. It should have had way more in it. And I know there was hype moments and stuff like that with Big Mom using her fusion attack, with what is it, with Kid coming in and fighting off Big Mom, and then freaking Luffy on his this off screen defeat, like all of those things, like you said, I felt like it was rushed. I feel like it was rushed, and he could have put. I don't care if he had to add one more page to it. At least add one more page explaining why Luffy is falling off the cliff. I'm gonna give this a 6 out of 10. I'm gonna give this a 6 out of 10, and I'm giving it a 6 out of 10 because one, they didn't give us the Nami fight that we wanted. Absolutely did not give us the Nami fight we wanted. We definitely needed it. And then I think moving over to freaking Big Mom's fusion attack, that was something cool. It was. The moment with the cloud, I hope he's not gone forever. I really do. And then going over to Kid smashing Big Mom to the ground, that was a good thing. I wanted to see that. But then the off-screen Luffy, nah, it's definitely taking a 6. If it would have freaking showed Luffy bloodied, battered, and then Kaido hitting him one last time with a strong attack, and then him falling off the cliff, it probably would have went to the 8. Just that right there would have went to 8. But because that wasn't there, definitely a solid 6.
I would actually be the same with that because I have to give the chapter the same 5.
Ooh, 5.
My girl Nami didn't get the moment. I'm disappointed of that one. Zeus out of the picture. I'm sad about that. And um and also about the with Kid, yeah, make it a little better. And the shocking part was Luffy, but it's what it is. I guess that's what I saw, and I feel like we still need to get more for that. And so before we go to um the next topic, what do you guys think of the chapter? Next, like, I guess because of the break, we can go to the new chapter. What do you guys think of the what's gonna happen the next chapter? Let's go to Muninn.
I'm not sure because we have so many open places right now. We have Law getting probably towards Big Mom and Kid. We have the fight with Hawkins. We still have the main hall with Marco fighting King and Queen. We have so much that is open where Oda could go to, and also he could like who's saving Luffy. There's so many possibilities that I honestly don't know where we are going to start off in chapter 1013
Mhm.
14.
Yeah, definitely.
And what about you, Ike? What do you think?
So, in this point, what's going to happen? I know usually what happens when we come back from a break. He throws a bunch of information at us. So I'm hoping when we come back from the break, I don't know, maybe he does a little bit of a recap. I'm not sure. About Luffy getting defeated and getting knocked over. Maybe it's going to be Luffy passed out in someone's arms and saying, "I can't believe I ran out of that much energy so quick." And there's a little flashback of him running out of power. I hope he does that. I'm just saying. I hope Oda's like, I can't leave him out in the rain. So I'm hoping that happens. So what I think is gonna happen is definitely someone's gonna end up saving Luffy. And I don't think they're going to show us directly who it is. And if they do that, it's going to be at the end of that chapter. It's going to be at the end of it. But one of the biggest things is we're going to see Kid fighting. We're absolutely going to see Kid fighting Big Mom. We're not going to conclude all the other fights because, I don't know, there's so much going on. But since we got Big Mom and Kid, we're probably going to do just him fighting. We're going to see Law catch up to him. I don't think we'll see Killer catch up to him. And then it's going to be a Law and Kid fighting moment. And then it's probably going to pan out to the other fights, not starting, but kind of like people still running to places. And then people thinking, oh, how is Luffy? How is Luffy? And I think at the end of the chapter, someone's going to spot Luffy coming off the cliff. Just like Muninn brought up, Momomoski's probably going to be like, woo, and come in and just swoop in and help him out. I really hope. Oh, man. I think that's what's going to happen in that next chapter and stuff.
What about you, Pizza?
I mean, I'm just hoping that someone's gonna smack Pero's Pero finally. I mean, he needs a well-deserved smacking.
He
Actually,
definitely does.
he got so cocky beating down to Carrot and the Three Musketeers,
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, he needs a well-deserved smack by Nekomomoshi.
Mm-hmm.
And then hopefully seeing some more of Zoro and Sanji behind carrying Zoro behind his back in a T-pose. It's gonna be quite funny, to be honest. And actually knowing who is gonna save Luffy. That's the biggest part. If no one saves him, he's down. He's gone. He's in the water. So I hope for character development it's gonna be Momo that we talked about in the beginning about it, or else there's none other than Marco. But I hope it's gonna be Momo. I hope that Oda does something that is disappointing, like this episode, like this chapter a little bit. If I'm quite honest, the only one that got the one way it got a positive is just Big Mom getting her well-deserved beat down or smack.
One thing I'm thinking with what you said, I don't think it's going to be Marco. And the only reason I say that is because everyone's inside the dome. Can they see him from outside right now?
True.
I don't remember any huge holes showing the side that he's falling off of. I don't remember any of those. So I'm really. Can you think of one?
Missing the one on top.
Yeah, on top, but not off to the side. Not off to the side where someone can see.
Kid and Killer hole that Big Mom made.
That's the other side, though. Yeah, I think it's on the other side. So I was kind of thinking maybe Marco might come out, but honestly, Marco's still fighting. Is he gonna have time to break loose? And I mean,
that's why I thought of Momo. That's
Momo.
I got the idea of Momo.
Because Momo's just kind of hanging out right now. He's not really doing anything. So this might be his chance to actually see this happening. And like we said before, that actually Pizza, you brought it up that Momo is actually getting control of his powers and stuff like that finally. That was a couple chapters ago, but and maybe he's gonna be able to turn into a dragon on his own this time. That's one of the things that I actually am looking for. And I hope that'd be cool. That'd be so cool for Momo because he needs to do something like this. Him being the prince now, the future king of Wano, he needs he legitimately needs to show that he can be one.
Mm.
So
I mean, adding that up, Ike, on what you just said. I mean, Momo only transforms when he's like scared or like he's startled,
mhm.
and him doing it on his own to save Luffy would be big, like
It would.
actually big. Because I mean, they both have the voice of all things. He knows what Luffy's going through with his feelings, and once he catches him going down, and him motivating himself that he needs to do it, it's gonna be big.
Yeah. Kiwi, are you able to do your answer or your answer now too?
I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can. We can hear
Yeah.
you.
Sorry. Technical issues. Sorry about that, guys. With I agree honestly with Momo. I thought at first I would go with Marco, but now that Muninn brings up Momo, that's actually a really good character. I kind of forgot about that Momo did fly at some point, but I feel like he's going to, if he really wants to, I feel like he's gonna do the same thing as what Kaido did, that he made the city flow, and I think that he's gonna use his power to make Luffy float in that kind of sense. And I feel like in that kind of case we're gonna have like a I don't like a fly version kind of power. I don't know, but it was like having Luffy and Kaido in the air fighting. I don't know. I guess I could see that, but I don't know how strong that would be. But I kind of want to see that kind of fight.
Mhm.
But honestly, I think that with this chapter, I still need to know what the because we're still in Act 3, and uh, we need to know more, like the strategy. Is the raid gonna fail, or what's gonna happen? Are they gonna fall into Wano? Things can happen, and I really want to know what's going to happen. So that's my prediction for the next chapter. Um, guys, let's move into the Q&A portion. For the chapter, let's open the chat for everyone. Let's get everyone open who
Oh
has
yeah,
a
we already have a
question.
question ready for us actually.
All right, can you do me a favor and read that for us, Ike?
Yep. Let me grab it up real quick. Which we kind of answered this already, but you know what? I still want to post this up really fast. Which is who will actually save Luffy? Who do you guys actually think will save Luffy? Be quick and direct about it.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll go with Muninn first.
Momo.
Momo? Yeah. Definitely think Momo's gonna do it. I hope so, man. How about you, Kiwi? Who's gonna save Luffy? Be quick and direct about it.
Momo.
Momo? You think Momo's gonna do it too? Oh,
Yes.
that's two Momos. What about you, Pizza?
That's gonna be a third, man.
Third Momo. You know what? Hey, you know what? I think this is unanimous at this point because I really do think that, or I really do hope and I really do think that Momo's gonna be the one to save Luffy, and I think he absolutely needs it. Like Momo needs to be the person to do this because this is gonna really broaden his character and kind of like just make him overall. I want to say a better character. Overall better. But if you guys have any other questions, please ask those questions now. Here's a good one right here. This one is from Catherine Horn. What do you guys think Kid's role will be in the future of One Piece? A good guy, bad guy, ally, or foe?
I mean, that's gonna be definitely a foe.
You want to take this one first? Go ahead, Pizza.
I'm gonna take this one. It's gonna definitely be a foe between them. I mean, you saw it in the Subodi, how Kid looked down on Luffy. Now, with a little bit more respect on him, but it's gonna be definitely a battle between them. Might be like Whitebeard and Roger, a bit friendly foe, but still like going at each other, like they want to kill each other.
Mhm.
but it's gonna be definitely he's like Luffy but more sadistic, you know, like he's actually trying to kill people while Luffy is like trying to defeat them and change their heart.
Mhm.
That yeah, if that's my thought for it.
Yeah, I know
Honestly,
exactly what you mean. Go ahead,
I
Conan.
think I think he is no ally. He will not be he will not be Luffy's definition of allies. Luffy's definition of allies is friends. So they won't be friends. But
Mhm.
I think that Luffy will earn so much respect from Kid. Like Kid, at one point, I think he will start to respect him to an extent that they're not immediately going at each other's throats. So they will like leave respect each other on a level so they can leave each other be, as
Mhm.
long as they're not going like actively stopping each other from things. Like if somebody is in the way for Kid, I think he will fight them, I, but I think not with Luffy, not the intent to kill him in the end,
Yeah.
like far away future. I don't think that it will happen very soon. Also, I think about like when Luffy found the One Piece. They said that there will be a war after it. So
Yeah.
Kid is going to be an ally in this war.
You think?
Yes. And I think he's going to play a role. I think every like the all the supernovas that are going to make it to this point will have a role in the final war. And I have to say, I'm not counting out any of them dying because I think there might be some supernovas dying.
If I can add something real quick, correct me if I'm wrong, but didn't Oda say that every supernova is eventually coming on Luffy's side? If I'm correct me if I'm wrong.
Oh, did he?
I
I'm not
think he
sure
did. I
about it,
think he did. Yeah, correct me if I'm wrong, but if someone in the chat can look it up,
but it would
uh,
make sense. It would make sense with
it
Law
would.
going on Luffy's side now. The next one
Hmm.
I think will be Kid. I'm not sure about that, but I mean Apu. He is he is the bad guy now.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't know. I don't know
We
about that because
already
all
have
these
Gang
people.
Beige. We have
Oh yeah.
he is on Luffy's side.
Mm-hmm.
So we already have some supernova on his side.
That is true. That is true. You know what? Kiwi, what do you think about this, Kiwi?
Okay, so my prediction would be Law is like Whitebeard, Kid is like Shiki, and the other ones are more like um allies to which is one with going to see big it's gonna represent a whole new generation or maybe more of a Yonko. We maybe the system of Yonko will change and we'll have a new kind of set of a new Yonko tier. And I feel like those supernovas are gonna go there.
A new Yonko tier?
Yeah, because like if you think about it, this saga, like this entire thing, Big Mom, Kaido, and you could
Mm-hmm.
say Shanks, and they're gonna get taken down. So once the Yanko system's gonna take down, of course the next generation is gonna take after. We might not need the Yanko. We might get a new title for example, like Yamato or Katakuri or those in the league. That's what I'm saying. And then you have the Pirate King. That's what I'm saying. Like there's
That
gonna
that
be
that's interesting. That's very interesting.
That's very interesting.
Um,
there's gonna be a new top thing because I could like it's this. I feel like it's kind of the same because when they took away the Shishibukai, I feel like they're gonna do the same exact thing with the
Okay. So what do you think
young.
Kid's gonna play in that role?
Yeah.
Kiwi.
So, yeah.
So where do you think Kid is gonna play within that role?
I feel like he's gonna be he's gonna be in the league of the new ones, the new generation of gonna be like a Yonko kind of thing, but we don't know the title.
Bad guy, good guy.
He would be like the bad guy, like the one that would
Definitely not a One Piece ally. Not One Piece ally. I mean, a Luffy ally.
No,
Okay.
because he's not someone who sympathize with people.
Except Killer.
Yeah, except Killer. It's just Killer. He's the only other person. He actually shed tears for him, man. He was crying for him. I was like, oh man, look at this.
And they're still friends after they went after the same woman.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, mad respect for that
Come
one.
on,
Mad
dude, that's
respect.
That's what you call what is it called? Not a romance.
It is a bromance.
Not a bromance. Yeah, bromance. Why not?
I mean, it was nice seeing Kid actually showing some emotions instead of like being angry all the time. I mean,
Yeah.
it broke my heart, like him saying, you would never laugh, you would never make you wouldn't make that sound, you wouldn't always like hide your face, and then you seeing all that and him like you see a little emotion going, building up on him. It hits different, you know. When someone is always in an state of like angriness, you know, and then
Yeah.
showing that side of himself.
That is true. And you know what? I definitely think that, you know what? I definitely think later on and during all of this, even though Luffy did what he wanted to do and did what he did, I think Kid still wants to be the best. And I still think he wants to be the strongest. He doesn't care how he gets up there. So I hope this doesn't happen, but maybe he might fight on the side of Blackbeard. Maybe he might fight on the side of someone who Luffy is generally going against. Who knows? But I don't really see Kid being Luffy's ally in the future. As in, like, you know, like as we see Law, the way Law and him work together and stuff like that. She's basically a straw hat. Come on, he might as well be one.
He is.
He said that Law is a like straw hat, and
I mean,
Law just went like, "Nope, I'm not a straw hat."
I mean, he is in the Starhead Alliance, you know. Like
every time they bring him up, man, it's so hilarious. He's like, I'm not one of you.
Well, he is like in the straw. It is called the straw hat.
Grand Fleet.
Heart, Samurai Alliance. Alliance. So
yeah.
it includes the Heart Pirates as a separate party.
Mm-hmm.
So Law is not a straw hat, but he is friends with Luffy. We can say that much. He is friends with Luffy.
Which very quick, we have another question. Which one are you talking about, Kiwi?
There's another question.
Which one are you talking about?
I think, is there a new question? I don't know.
There's a lot of questions. I was going to bring this one.
A lot of questions.
Yeah, just bring up one question.
Okay, here. Very quick. We're from Manga After Dark. I'm going to bring up this one because I know Kiwi definitely wants to talk about this one. If you want, Kiwi, you can start it off. It says, "Do y'all think that Nami will get Zeus, even after everything that just went down? Do you still think Nami's going to get Zeus?"
Yes. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Yeah, we
okay.
can.
Yes, because first of all, I feel like we still don't know the extent of things. He said that his soul is a bit divided, so he can't eat his yummy snacks. But I think that last effort, I think he still ate it and he has the energy to break free from Harris, and that he will go to Nami, and actually Nami would get Zeus in the sense of thing. And I feel like he's gonna need Brooke or something. I still want Brooke to help thing, and they're gonna chase after Zeus because Zeus is thing. But I feel like the connection between him and Big Mom is severed and no longer needed, and I want Nami to have that buff because she is a glass cannon. Honestly, it would have been a perfect buff for her. It will help her with her defense, and it would, like, with the fight, you guys have to know the fight with Cracker. She was badly outnumbered. She only, her advantage is the rain, but when it comes to like defense or stuff, she
Mhm.
gets wild back, and Luffy has to come in and save her. So in a sense, we need Zeus to be there to help Nami to be buffed a
Okay,
bit.
I see that.
I mean, it's a bit hard because like Zeus is a manifestation of Big Mom's soul. Once she snatched the soul back, I mean, I don't think there's a way for Brooke to get it back, you know, because it's already in uh Hera, you know, like she got more powerful after she ate him. So
Yeah.
from my, I don't think that will happen. So yeah, sorry to barge in on that.
You know what though, Pizza, on that, as Hera was eating him, there was something very important that Oda kind of just snuck in.
I mean, you
And
saw those little bubbles.
exactly.
Nami did something to Zeus before Hera ate
Yep.
him.
She
I
pretty much
mean-
powered him up. Remember last time when she did that, she absolutely overpowered him and powered him up with her powers. And so when she launched that inside of him as she ate, or Hera ate him, oh, that kind of like that right there, leaving it at that point.
I mean,
oh,
Zeus would definitely be weaker because his power or its power comes from Big Mom's soul.
mhm.
I mean, would it actually be the same amount of how do you say it, energy without it? Like she might have done something, but it would be on her level and not on Big Mom's. So it would be kind of a boost, but not much.
You know what? If you saw when Big Mom squeezed him, she
Mhm.
squeezed him like she was squeezing the life force out of him and stuff like that, like his soul, which we all
Mhm.
saw it. And like you just said, maybe, maybe Nami's attack and her power going over to him is going to be a replacement for Big Mom's soul within him. I don't know. Maybe that's shot in the dark. I don't know, but I actually would like to see him go to Nami. I
Yeah,
would like to
that
see
that
Nami
would be
have that.
nice. That would be nice.
Yeah, and he would have no longer have a connection to Big Mom whatsoever at this point, because now
True.
her
That's
supplying
true.
this energy to him.
I
And
have
so
another question on that.
go ahead.
What if, like, Zeus is now a part of Hera?
Mhm.
Is his personality still
Yeah.
there? So, what if, like, Zeus takes control of Hera at the end? So technically, Zeus becomes Hera.
I mean, that was what I was
Because
thinking.
they are souls. Maybe Hera is not consuming Zeus, but Zeus in the end is consuming Hera.
Yeah, see, that's what I'm
That-
hoping, because she
That
powered him
would
up.
even be a more bigger power up for Nami, because not
Yeah.
only would Nami get Zeus' power, but
Oh, man.
she would also get Hera's power.
That would be awesome.
Like-
That'd be absolutely awesome.
I was thinking about this, like TV prompts, like two persons sharing the same body and
Mhm.
one taking over the other, like two souls trapped in one body.
Mm,
Oh, that's
Like that.
interesting. Okay, I see what you mean.
But in this thing, it would be like they're part of the same soul.
Oh, we actually have another really good question We have a question from Nabili. What is that? Abraham? Abraham? Sorry if I messed up
Ibrahim.
your name. Do you have a concrete ranking of supernovas as of now?
Hmm.
I assume you mean what we think their rankings are as of now.
What do
And
you
you know
think?
what?
Should we? What do you think? Should we classify? Someone type it, and we'll try to see if we could.
Yeah. Go ahead and clarify what you mean about that. Whether you mean like us or you think that One Piece itself, Oda has pushed out. Because that's through our own opinions, there's gonna be a whole lot of different things going around there. So very quick, if you're still there, please clarify what you mean about that. But on that sense, while you're clarifying that, I am gonna say that you know what the supernovas as of now, we absolutely have been seeing a lot of big moves from them. Whether it is them doing their own thing or them joining not warlords, I'm sorry, Yonko pirate crews and stuff like that, and them being involved in different events and even helping Luffy in his entire endeavors. There is so much going on with that. And you know what? I don't see a clarification yet, so let's just go with that. Let's go with what you guys think. What do you think ranking through them and stuff like that? What do you think? Do you guys have a ranking of what you think the supernovas as of now are at?
I mean, I can give a little like a block, from like strongest to middle and to like weakest.
Uh-huh.
I mean, Bonnie, her power is mostly like her aging, so she would definitely be at the bottom. We haven't seen much of Rouge, so I couldn't say much, so I put him in last. Beji is like, he would be more, he's like stronger because of his family, because he's like a castle guy.
Uh-huh.
So his power alone
He's
wouldn't
like
make
a
much
tank,
sense.
Pizza. He's
Yeah.
like a tank.
Yeah, but still, I mean,
It's castle.
and then it would be like Apu, X Drake. What was the guy with the fortune again? What's the name again?
Hawkins.
Hawkins. I'm sorry. Them in the middle, and then like Zoro, Luffy, Law, Kid, and Blackbeard like in the middle. I mean, it's at the top. So that's what I think. That would be it, because like the bottom three is like basically useless at this point, or like a solo fighting.
The bottom three.
So I think also we haven't seen a lot from Uruj. We haven't seen a lot of Bonnet.
Mhm.
What we have seen from Beige is not that overpowering.
I mean,
Yeah,
it's
in
mostly
my
because of his
opinion.
family member. I mean,
Everyone's
what he
involved
calls
right now,
family.
huh?
I'm just
Everyone-
gonna be honest with you, Muninn. People think in the One Piece community that he is OP. His defense
What?
is really strong.
For who?
Beige.
For
Beige.
Beige.
Or
Why?
Beige?
Because
No?
he has this
Every time we
giant
see him, he's
castle.
getting mollywopped. How?
His giant castle apparently was like the strongest.
Oh, Capone. Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, no.
I mean, then
I
again,
would
yeah, go ahead.
I would rank in the middle. Honestly, I would count Killer, Hawkins, Apu. Definitely in the middle. I'm not sure where I would put X-Drake in, because we haven't seen a lot of X-Drake, but
True.
still he is a member of Sword.
Yep. that's
So
true.
I think he is capable of things. So I would make him like middle to top.
Mm-hmm.
But if he is top tier, then lower top. Definitely on the lower end. Luffy, Kid, and Law top, and Law also more at the lower end of the top ranking.
Mm-hmm.
Even though I love him, he's more of a supportive character.
That
He
is
is
true.
strong. He can
That is
fight.
true.
His Gravel Fruit is strong, but he's more supportive.
Yeah.
Mhm.
He cannot beat Kid or Luffy.
Exactly.
Okay, so my rank would be Luffy at the top, of course, because Luffy's surpassed Kid. And I feel like, I'll be honest with you, I have to go with Law second because Kid is kind of disappointing me a bit. So I feel like I have to go with Law, then Kid, then Hawkins, and then have, because I see a lot more in Hawkins. But I'll be honest with you, Hawkins has really, like, Hawkins, and I have to put Zoro. Then after Zoro would be what's his name? The guy that has a piano. I forgot his name. He's always the one that I
Apu.
forgot. Apu, yeah, Apu. That one. Will Zoro fight again? I'm not answering that question.
And
What's yours, Ike?
so for mine, actually, you know what? I think all of you are crazy. Because this guy should be at the top. I'm just saying. So it should be Luffy. It should be Zoro. It should be Kid.
Oh, I didn't rank Zoro. Zoro is
Yeah.
definitely top. Zoro is definitely top. I forgot him.
I
Sorry.
didn't rank Zoro.
No, I didn't rank Zoro.
I did.
No.
Oh wow.
Crazy! You can't skip the goat. Come on,
Bro,
now.
I skipped Killer, not Zoro. I said Zoro was top.
You said Zoro was top?
Yes,
Yeah.
Pizza said,
Oh, yeah, you
I
did.
forgot. I forgot Zoro.
Yeah.
No, here we go. So I say Luffy, Zoro, then Kid, then we'll go Law, then we'll go Killer, and pull back Killer, then we'll go Hawkins, then we'll go Killer, then we'll go X-Ray, because we don't really know from those two, but we do know he's extremely strong, and he was still fighting earlier just fine. Then we go, I want to say Capone, because honestly, if Capone and Oppo go against each other, Capone's going to win.
Yeah.
Just like what was said earlier, freaking Capone was tanking, dude. He was taking damage against Big Mom. Capone is not going to tank some damage from Big Mom. That's not going to happen. So I'm going to go Capone, then I'm going to go Oppo, and then I'm going to go...
You forgot Sash. Always forget his name.
I'm almost there. It's going to go... It's going to go...
Oh, I also forgot
Nani?
Blackbeard.
And then Rouge.
No,
I mean-
Arush actually damaged one of Big Mom's commanders.
Yeah,
I mean, he won. He won.
But honestly, if you think of it as this, he's only strength. And Bonnie will still transform his ass.
Oh, that's true.
So, like, honestly, yeah, Bonnie against everyone else will be a whole different story. But I feel like Bonnie against Rouge, I feel like she would definitely beat Rouge. But if she fought against Killer, Drake, Zoro, Hawkins, Capone, Oppo, freaking Kid, Law, and then Luffy, nah, she couldn't do anything against any of them beside Rouge. Because what is it, Capone? She technically,
Technically,
stop her just by shooting.
Bonnie's power's OP. All she needs to do is touch you.
Oh yeah, she's not gonna touch Zoro. She's not gonna touch Zoro. I don't think she can touch Drake. I don't think she can touch Killer.
She might.
Hawkins will tear her up. And then Capone is he's gonna go all out on him and stuff like that. Oppo is gonna jump around and do scratch. Yo, he's gonna do that the whole time.
I mean, that's so annoying. That's so
He
annoying.
really is annoying. Oh man, he don't even have rhymes, man.
Yeah.
I'm saying, if you're gonna make,
I mean, he's not like Killer B, you know.
Killer B was spitting some bars.
He had lines. He had bars.
Dude, Killer B was spitting bars. I'm telling you, like, play on, and boom, hitting it. But
bro, the biggest flex was he was like stopping Sasuke and then just writing his lines. You know, that was lit. That was lit.
But for my rankings, I think that's what it's gonna be. I think just like that, all those people. I still think Zoro's at the top, right next to Luffy, no matter what, because he also did the Conqueror's Haki just like Luffy. Against.
Bro, he damaged Kaido. He put some good damage on Kaido.
I
mean, it was only Enma that damaged him, but he still damaged him. He's
And by the way,
yeah.
Dr. Stallion OG, I see you, dude. I do think freaking Zoro's gonna fight again. He's absolutely gonna fight again. I don't think it's gonna be a long fight though. I
No,
don't.
I mean
think
he's
it's gonna be a
yeah.
long
You saw in the last chapter that he was sleeping after like Sanji was defending him, so he's like taking rest.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, I'm back. Sorry about the technical issue. The reason um the reason I kind of put Bonnie it for Luffy is because Luffy is actually easy to get trick on, and he's not good with tricks or opponents. And Bonnie, I can see her tricking Luffy in a sense. That's why I think that Bonnie has a chance against Luffy, though.
Nah. I do think that too. But in a straightforward fight, though,
Yeah.
he knows her powers. I don't think he's gonna let her touch him.
Yeah.
Not one bit.
Yeah.
I think he will absolutely mollywop her. I think everyone on the roster will mollywop her beside Rouge. Beside Rouge. Yeah, he's strong, but like I think she would definitely stop his ass. Because she can't change the age of a sword. So far we see is people. So all these people who actually have weapons, I don't.
Do we have any more question, Ike?
We actually don't have any more questions.
No.
If any of you guys have any questions about he hurt Kaido, but he had to. Oh, that's not a question.
Okay.
If you guys
So,
have questions about anything else, ask those questions, please.
No.
all right, but let's go. We could do at this time. Is there any host want to say before we ended? Like, is there anything that you want to put in that we haven't discussed, or anything that you guys want to add to it? Pizza, do you want to add something?
I mean, to be honest, I like how Manga After Dark mentioned that Luffy has one of the most dangerous powers in the sea, like his little talk no jutsu. How he described it.
Talking about Jutsu.
I mean, a lot of people like forget at that part or at those moments you saw Luffy briefly looking into time when he thought his arms would be cut if he tried to attack Mihawk. That brings up a little a memory back after he said that. So yeah, I like how he remembered that because not all of a lot of people remember that.
Hey, we're gonna take that question real quick because he did say it earlier. Do you guys think Zoro's gonna be able to fight again?
Yes.
Yes.
Definitely.
Yes.
Yeah, I think the same thing. Why do you think so, Pizza?
Come again?
Why do you think he's gonna fight again?
I mean, come on, it's Zoro. Like, we saw in the early stages as well. Like when he was caught by Mihawk, after his fight with him, that he caught with his legendary black sword. Bro had an awful cut, and he still went on fighting the tiger with the nose. What was his name again?
Oh,
That occupied Nami's village. What was his name again?
Arlong?
Arlong. Yeah, that was it. I mean, if that happens back then, he's gonna get like fixed. I mean, he's gonna go through the pain. He's having a little nap on Sanji's shoulder, as you saw in the previous episode.
Sanji's.
Yeah.
Okay.
So he's definitely coming back, and he's gonna be ready as well.
Oh yeah.
Well,
and
somebody...
Sanji's last name is not Windsmoke anymore.
Yeah, it's not.
It's Wolfwood now.
It's what?
Wolfwood.
Wolfwood?
Sanji.
Yeah, that's a Trigun reference.
Is a meme.
Trigun reference.
Yeah, because the guy with the big cross in Trigun, he's called something D Wolfwood.
I mean, I would say that he was T-posing Zoro,
You know what?
I'm gonna say the Zoro fight again. I guess I'll give a little hint. It won't hurt. I would say it would have to do with King again, but that's all I can give.
Oh, there we have manga after that said it. The dragon guy is Nicholas D. Wolfwood.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go.
I would say King. You just have to see that fight, King.
Yes.
That's all.
You think he's gonna come back and he's gonna fight King? I like it.
Yes.
I think the same thing. I think he's gonna come up
Yeah.
and he's gonna wreck King. I
It would
absolutely
make
think
sense.
that.
It will
Because
be
from the Beast
with
Pirates, King is the second in command.
Yep, he has to do it. It makes
Second
perfect sense for him to do that.
Mhm.
Let's see. You know what? Actually, since we don't have any questions right now, hey guys, if you guys do
I
have
think we
questions,
do
bring
one
them up.
more. We could take a last one. I think there was a question
I was gonna
that
bring one
you
up.
missed. Will Hawkins' power up come into play?
Okay. Will Hawkins' power up come? What do you mean by this? Like, will his power up come into play when and how?
Yeah.
Because I don't really know where this
Mhm.
context comes from.
Yeah.
Because isn't he fighting right now? He's kind of fighting Killer right now, so I don't know even if he does come into play and stuff like that. Will it be in a good way or a bad way? That one I'm not quite sure. What about you guys?
Honestly, like, he said the card that can increase his power.
I mean,
Okay.
it increases his odds, which kind of increases his power. So I mean,
Mhm.
Hawking is already broken in my opinion. I mean, like he has extra lives, is one of hell of a voodoo doll behind him while he was fighting Zoro. So I mean, a power up. I mean, that guy is solely based on fate, like in JoJo. You know, little JoJo reference right there.
Oh no.
So I don't think he's gonna get any stronger. I mean, his
Yeah.
power is based on fate. So if fate is on his side, he will win.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I have to ask, because I kind of forgot his power up and how it worked. I'm sorry.
He said the cards, his card that increases people's power.
When did he get it?
I mean, he
He's
already
been
had
having
it.
it.
He already
he's-
had it
he's
in
Yeah,
had
but
Sabodi.
when did he get it?
Like when has he used
I mean,
it?
I mean,
No,
he used
no,
it in the beginning. He already had those cards in Sabodi. You saw him like chilling in the background and then flipping his cards.
Yeah, but I don't remember it buffing someone. I don't remember that.
I mean, it kind of buffs his attack. If he's lucky, it gets stronger. If he's unlucky, it gets weaker. So
It's basically it's like a dice. It increased it's a probability. So think of it as like a you think of it as a probability, and he'll see well, it's not for me to die yet, so he's okay to be
The tarot card
Because he-
man. I
Yeah.
thought he was just a weirdo.
He
Yeah.
already lost to Law
yeah.
that is
in
true.
Wano.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, because you know what? When he brings up those tarot cards and stuff like that, which we
Yeah.
already know, tarot cards are not 100%
no,
true
No.
at all.
Mm-mm.
They're not.
They're pure
not
luck.
true. It is off of like the understanding of what you think what right is going to be or wrong is going to be, or the probability of something that's going to happen.
Yeah.
Is gonna
It's
be. I
probability.
don't remember seeing it as a buff though. I need to look back. If there was something that buffed him, I am definitely going to look back at the chapters and try and find out which one it is, because I do not remember him actually getting like kind of like.
I mean,
buff.
if it was JoJo, man, it would be definitely about fate, man. No luck.
Here we go with the
No luck
JoJo.
there, man.
You always come back with a JoJo.
Of course, man.
Okay.
The JoJo
Hey,
references
before
everywhere.
we end all of this, actually, I have a question too, Kiwi.
Okay.
So, on this, for all of you here and you people in the chat, all right, what do you guys think? What is going to happen with the Straw Hat Grand Fleet?
Oh,
Where are we going to
that's a
see?
good
Where are we going to see
question.
them again? What are they going to do? When are we going to see them again? Like those type of things. What do you guys think is
Bro,
going to happen with this Straw Hat Grand Fleet?
Why would you ask such a question, man?
Hey, I got him, man.
Come on, bro.
I think we may see some of the Grand Fleet members throughout the rest of the story, and all of them get back together in the end, but not before.
Mm-hmm.
Like in the final war, they are all gonna get like back together.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, it would make sense that they would put it in like Marineford, but as Luffy on the top with his Grand Fleet behind him. You know what happened to Zoro? I mean, Whitebeard. What?
You know what I was thinking about it. Just like you guys, it's gonna happen in the end. I think it's gonna happen in the end. And what's gonna happen is during these times that he needs it, and Luffy's probably in the middle of a war that we know. Because just like Marine Forge, Marine Forge is surrounded by pirates, preventing other people from coming in. It was surrounded, and it wasn't just the Whitebeard pirates; it was all his allied fleets as well. And so I think it's going to be almost exactly like that as well. But the only thing that's going to be different is, Luffy doesn't have, a lot of members in his team. He doesn't have like actual big groups of other people and stuff like that. So this whole Straw Hat Grand Fleet, man, I'm sorry, but the only person that's actually useful in that entire group is Bartholomew. And if this boy
Cavendish.
Yeah,
Cavendish?
Ish, not really.
But I mean,
he will attack anyone.
Yeah.
So Cavendish is absolutely, yes, but he will also attack his friends, which is highly dangerous. So I think Cavendish is more of a danger to everyone.
Oh yeah.
Honestly, there's one question that I like to bring out, and this is a question that I want to add to. What do you guys think about, since it's 20 years, right, in Wano history, do you think Shiki, the golden lion, will come back? Because his scientist takes him 23 years. 23. Now we're in Wano 20 years. He needs
to come back in the movie?
No.
I mean, it wasn't the movie non-canon?
No, that's 0. The chapter 0. It's in also a page. Chapter 0 is canon.
I mean, technically, it would be. We are currently like 2 years and 4 months in One Piece. If you go into One Piece time schedule, so that would be definitely not. But if you go real time, it's gonna be a brain tease. I mean.
Because
Oda would do something like that, but
he would not foreshadow them, because he said that both Shiki and Garp and Sengoku took down Shiki, and that was recorded even in the canon in a sense. So the chapter 0 is actually canon. So that's why I'm saying, what do you think? Do you think that he will come back, or do you think he's the lurking legend?
I think it's interesting. I think it would be interesting if he came back.
I mean, it would be interesting.
It would be interesting.
Let me add you this. Let me add you this.
It would make
Shiki and Inaru working together.
Never. Enel has too much of a god complex to work with anyone, so that would never happen.
I think it'll be interesting. I absolutely do, and I think if it does happen, it happens. I think it's useless. I think there's no reason for him to come into the picture. I honestly do. Because there's already a storyline going on. And for him to just come into the picture out of nowhere, I don't see the purpose, especially because we did have a movie about him already. And so I just, I just don't. I don't want him to come back. I want him to finish up what's going on.
I mean, he would come back as an old hag.
I mean, from the time, it would kind of work, but do we want it? Is another thing, because I don't think that I would want him to come back.
Yeah.
I mean, he is part of the old era, so him coming back is useless as well. So it has no value in the current story.
Especially since if we look at like the whole thing with like Supernova are the new generation, then we have with the kingdoms, we have, for example, Vivi being the new generations, and Shirahoshi is a new generation, and for the Marines, X-Drake and Kobe are the new generation. So Oda is writing all about new generations that is taking over at some point in the story.
So if I can ask you guys a question as well, like
Uh-huh.
like my daddy did here, the big daddy. So we all have noticed the egg on Roger's ship in
Oh
the
no.
flashback episodes.
Yeah.
Everyone here, I mean, anyone that's like currently watching this, what do you guys think that egg holds? I mean, why would he
Huh.
hold that? Why was he on the ship? And it was like literally, if you paid attention, he was literally in every shot.
I'm
So
starting.
I
I'm
don't
starting to
know.
think it's not an egg. I'm starting to think it's part of the ship.
Well, was the egg there at the end?
I mean, it was every time there. It was even when Shiki challenged Roger. It was on that ship. Like 15 years back, it was already on the ship. And if you in the latest 6 or 7 episodes back, you saw an egg.
Yeah, I saw it. But I'm being honest with you. Now that I think about it, I feel like it's part of the ship of like how it designed. The reason I said that was because there's like the boat of Bartolomeo, you know, that the round thing with Mary, it kind of looks like a really eggish kind of thing. So to me, I feel like it's kind of part of the ship. It's like you go there for something and they just design it red and white. But to me, it's like if it was significant, they would mention it already. But like they haven't mentioned the egg, and I don't know. But I feel like it's part of the ship now that I think of it because it's always there.
I
Yeah.
also think that it might be a part of the ship. Also, if you think of the Sunny,
Hmm.
the lookout of the Sunny is not a traditional lookout either.
Yeah,
So I think maybe it's like part of the like design things of the ship.
yeah,
Um, but I could be wrong. I'm
yeah.
not
I could be
sure.
wrong too.
Yeah,
What do you think about it, Ike?
the egg there is brought up. Yes, I'm just like you. I follow all the Reddits and stuff like that. Everybody talking about the egg and stuff. And there's a couple times where like I thought about it, but they never emphasized anything about it as well. And I felt like maybe Oda likes to foreshadow a lot of things, and I mean a lot of things. And just having the egg on the ship is just not enough for me. I feel like if you would have had Roger or Shanks or even Buggy, just anyone put their hand against the egg and is like, huh, feels a little warm, or it's like, don't worry, we'll get there soon, or they did something like that, then I would have those thoughts.
Hmm.
Then I would.
That's why I said it, I feel like it's part of the ship.
Yeah. So
Um,
I need more. I need more to actually think that it's a thing.
Yeah.
I mean, to be honest, a long time ago, I saw something that people are saying it's a dragon. That's why the D stands for dragon. That it's the ancient weapon Uranus. So I mean, it would be nice if it actually is a dragon, because the dragons exist there. I mean, back in the day, um, but well, who was the holder of Shishi's sword again? That Zoro beat.
Oh.
I
Of
mean,
what?
he caught a dragon.
You mean
Yeah.
your Reuma, the
Yeah,
one who
Ryuma.
cuts?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
Mhm.
Ryuma.
Yuma.
So there's
Okay.
definitely like dragons in existence, even one made by Vegapunk. So I hope it would be like a dragon, because like one is a ship, one is a mermaid, mere woman, and one is a dragon. One controls the air, one controls water, sea kings, and one is like land. To hold it all. So it would be like it holds everything in
Maybe
one
that's the
place.
ancient weapon.
Yeah,
Maybe
the
that
ancient
one.
weapon Uranus. So like we all know Vegapunk wanted, or the world government wanted, um, Kaido's DNA to make some dragons. So it could be like something in that uh, area, you know?
Oh,
I
that's
I
interesting.
just see another great questions
I think it's a
from Manga
question for
after
you,
that.
Ike. He
Yeah,
has
let's
extra.
open this one back up. Actually, this one right here. It says, "I Senpai, do you think Vegapunk actually failed with Momo's fruit?" You guys can intervene as well if you want. I'll answer first. Um, I necessarily don't think he failed with the fruit at all. I think it was actually a success, and I think they just want to keep it under wraps. And what we talked about before in our past podcast is we're talking about Momo in the event of him, shooting out a freaking what's her name's freaking boobs as a dragon. But all fun aside, honesty, like I don't think he failed at all. I think he did what or was able to duplicate that dragon, but held it back from the government. Because I think Vegapunk, as we all know, Vegapunk seems actually like a good person and stuff like that. And and I definitely think that he is ready, or I'm sorry, he just needs to learn how to use the fruit. He's just too young. He's way too young to know how to actually use it and stuff like that. And you know what, Muninn, what do you think about it?
Yes, as Ike said, we talked about it in the past podcasts, and brought it up. There is evidence that Vegapunk is not as cruel as the world government wants him to be. You can see it especially on Punk Hazard, where he stopped Caesar because Caesar's experiments were too gruesome for his own. Like
Yeah.
he has a he has a he has a remorse. He does think of the outcome of what he does a little bit, at least. So mm, he doesn't want to regret doing something as so cruel like Caesar wanted to do on uh Punk Hazard. So I think maybe he succeeded. My guess is that he succeeded and he hid it from the world government because he I think he was not into all of the information at the point where they were starting the experiments on Kaido. And maybe that at some point he like got all the information that what they exactly want to do with Kaido, and he was like, nope, I don't like it. It's too cruel. Um, and he maybe found out that they want to make, as Pizza just said, maybe they wanted to make a weapon out of it, like one of the ancient weapons out of it. And Vegapunk thought that this power in the hands of the world government or in the hands of anybody would be too much power. So I think Vegapunk is a character that's not completely on the side of the world government, actually. And he didn't fail it, he succeeded, but he hid it away from the world government and told them he would have failed.
If I can add something, Munin, I mean, I definitely agree with you. Imagine like the world government like actually making dozens of dragons, what they currently are doing with the Pacifista, you know. And I saw Manga Orthodox message about Kuma protecting the Sunny for 2 whole years, you know. I mean, if he actually was crazy as the world government would give him out to be, he wouldn't definitely allow Kuma's request for that. And we see how many pacifistas actually came to be in Marineford, and now imagine a whole horde of dragons flying in the air, being untouchable, and literally obliterating every pirate crew that they see on that they see on sight, you know. So it's definitely a good choice he made. I mean, man has the like he's 500 years in the future, like with his brain capacity, you know. He's a walking computer genius, you know. So I mean, I'm surprised that the world government bought it, you know, that they didn't believe Vegapunk. Maybe he is like an convincing, charismatic person because we haven't been able to see his face after so many years.
And that's true. That is definitely true.
Oh, and that with that question about did he fail? Um, to add to Pizza's point, he, I feel like he with Vegapunk, we really don't know which side he is, but because we he may be working for the government, we might think he's one of those characters that it's hard to read him. You don't know which side he is because when I one moment he's doing something nice and one moment he's doing something bad. So um for Vegapunk, I think it's more of an interest of the devil fruits, and I feel like with him, with the devil fruit with Momo, I
Mhm.
feel like he did solve it, and I think that world government wants to do what Kaido did, like mass produce devil fruit, because remember devil fruits are rare. They're like one moment they are, if the user has fire, they have to die in order that other users to get. So I feel like the world government, instead of that, thinking why not we make a replica of a devil fruit that is kind of the same. So what if we do that, and that would get more like chaotic, because you have, like for example, you have Ace's devil fruit who's fire belly, and you have one in the Marines. How can you see that fight? You know, so I feel like Vegabond knows more about devil fruits than he let on. He just doesn't share it. Like to him, his experiments are like kind of a gem, kind of like a secret, and he does not want to share that until he gets a beneficial to it. And for me, I don't see him as a bad guy or a good guy either. So he's in the middle. He's that guy in the middle. He gets things in beneficial. That's what I see from Vegapunk. I don't think he's like a good guy. I think that he's on a people who can give him beneficial. For example, he thinks that okay, letting the straw hats with Kuma has maybe interest his peak. Oh, this interesting and beneficial. So he's thinking, so okay, he will help that. But at the same time, he will also do something for the world government, like make some pacifista. And that also like, whoa, wait, what? So to me, I feel like that with Vegapunk is more of a benefactor kind of position. And Easy, as a scientist, he's looking for some benefactor or someone who will benefit him at the very end. That's what I see for Vegapunk, for Momo's fruit.
Wow. Yeah, definitely.
Okay, so do we have any more questions, or that is it?
Do you want to
So
take any more, or?
I think that would be last, guys. If you have any question, please comment below so we can get that question later on. We'll see your comments, and that comments will be the question that we'll be answering to the next podcast. Since One Piece is on break, we are not going to be we're putting out a new video, so so that way that you guys still gonna see something, but since it's One Piece on break, we might not put something. But do you have something to say?
Yeah, hey guys, very quick. I actually want to just give a quick shout out. Actually, one of the people that's in here right now, he's been asking so many questions, great questions. Manga After Dark is actually a YouTuber as well. Do me a favor, hey guys, go over to subscribe to his channel too. He also does manga content, anime content. He talks about some of the best things. And you know what? I've watched a couple of his YouTube videos, and they're very informational. We're absolutely happy to have him in the chat.
Yes. Make sure to like his video, and I guess that will wrap us before we watch our podcast. If you like to be part of this experience, please leave the comment below, and we'll use them in the next shout out. And we'll be live at 3 p.m. CST, and will be 21 CST. Monday is Black Clover, and One Piece is Friday. Thank you guys for watching. If you want more of this following content in our Instagram, follow our Instagram and Twitter, like, subscribe, and notification, and comment below. One big thanks from Otaku International. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.